I'm Leigh Gerstenberger. This is my wife, Mim. We've been married for 46 years this weekend, and we've been members of Orchard Hill for probably 33, since the late 80s. So Mim and I met at Pitt. She was in night school. I took one night class my last semester, and there she was. And 11 months later, we're at the altar getting married. A pastor friend used to say, he's married a lot of couples, and he knows that they're all subject to what he called the Novocaine of romance. You go to the altar and you say your vows, richer, poor, better, worse, sickness and health. But what you're only hearing is richer, health, better. You never hear sick, poor, worse.
So the kids come along, it's great. And we both decided that we would both be working. I was working, enjoying my job, but it was hard because we weren't communicating. Everybody was going out the door same time. They're catching the bus, he's going through his job, I'm going to mine. And we come home one day and both realize, uh-oh, there's a disconnect. Something isn't working between us, and what do we do about it? I always thought being married, having kids, like those Hallmark movies, everybody kind of ends up at the end together and they're all happy, and even though they've had issues along the way, they're back together. Nobody in Hallmark movies goes to therapy. So we decided to see someone, and someone connected us with a lovely lady, and then you have to find time to do it. How'd we do that?
As a guy, you don't think you need help. You figure you ought to be able to solve this yourself, and so it's humbling to admit or to realize that maybe you'd benefit from talking to a professional. As much as we thought we knew each other before we got married, here's what I learned. You really don't know the person you're marrying until years into your marriage. And what happens is Mim married me, she married my parents, she married my grandparents, my brothers and sisters. I married her, but I married her parents, her grandparents, her brothers and sisters, because we both came to the marriage with baggage. Not necessarily bad baggage, but all kinds of history, tradition. And if you date for 11 months or 11 years, there's no way you can sort all that out before you say your I do's at the altar.
The person I married 46 years ago is a different person today. And I know he's a different person because when we were first married, neither one of us had a strong faith that we have today.
We were fortunate that we were both raised in Christian homes, but we both approached our faith a little differently. The Bible talks about being equally yoked. And while we had good basic fundamentals, I think there's no question we grew in our faith through some of the trials and struggles we had in our marriage. And the faith part of our life with Christ at the center of it is probably the biggest reason that our marriage has survived, and to the extent that it's flourishing, it's because of that.